is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. We begin with continuing coverage of the new Pope. Pope Leo XIV is the first American selected as Pope.
Anche voi, poi gli uni gli altri a costruire I ponti con il dialogo.
A historic day at the Vatican. The College of Cardinals electing the new Pope on day 2 of the conclave. CBS News Miami's Tina Kraus reports from the Vatican.
The suspense is over. White smoke billowed out of the chimney atop the Sistine Chapel, signaling there is a new Pope. The crowd in St. Peter's Square erupted in excitement. For the first time, an American has been chosen. The Cardinals elected Chicago native Cardinal Robert Prevost. He holds dual citizenship with Peru and speaks Spanish. He's seen overall as a centrist. On some key social issues, he's viewed as progressive. He has long embraced marginalized groups, a lot like the late Pope Francis, who championed migrants and the poor.
The church has a father again, and that gives me great joy.
The papal name he chose, Leo XIV. This was the largest conclave ever, with 133 cardinals participating from 70 countries, the vast majority appointed by Pope Francis. Ahead of the conclave, a CBS News poll found a majority of U.S. Catholics wanted the next pontiff to continue the teachings of Pope Francis, but more than a third hoped for someone more conservative, while 21% wanted someone more progressive. Tina Kraus, CBS News, the Vatican.
Stay with CBS News Miami on air and online for continuing coverage. And coming up at 5, hear reaction from South Florida Catholics to the selection of Pope Leo XIV.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Next Weather meteorologist Shane Hinton joins us from the Next Weather Sphere. Shane, it felt like summer today.
You're right, Naja. Not only does it feel like summer, it looks like it too. Let's go ahead and open up the windows here in the Next Weather Sphere and give you that gorgeous look at that beautiful blue water from our downtown Miami camera. If you have not had time to step outside today, let me tell you, I like to describe it as almost being kind of like ice cream weather. You know, it already feels like you can just treat yourself to a sweet treat. This is what it currently feels like across South Florida. 94 is what it feels like in Pembroke Pines. I am sending my coolest wishes to all of you. I mean, it's early May after all. 88 is what it feels like in Fort Lauderdale and in Miami. 91 is what it feels like in Kendall. Down in the Keys, it even feels like it's in the mid to upper 80s. As we take a look at the current setup across the area, we are on the stickier and warmer side of a stalled front that is kind of hovering along the Gulf as we speak and initiating quite a few showers and storms. The reason I highlight this is where a lot of our activity is going to reside over the next several days, but eventually it is going to push some rain chances into South Florida, especially as we close out the weekend and go into the beginning of next week. Right now, our radar is fairly quiet. We can't rule out the potential for a few stray showers, especially further inland, developing a little bit later this evening. I've seen some of the forecast models that even hinted at maybe some portions of northwest Broward County could see some storms throughout the early evening. But as you can see from the latest runs, it does look fairly quiet overnight into early tomorrow. We will hold on to another 10% chance for some of these showers to develop maybe just north of Doral in the early evening and then fizzling apart as we head overnight Friday into early Saturday. And that should lead to a fairly isolated setup that we'll have for the beginning of the weekend. Today, if you're going out this evening, temperatures are going to be in the mid 80s by the 5 o'clock hour and then gradually dropping into the upper 70s as we make our way toward the 11 o'clock hours. That 10% chance for isolated pop-up shower further inland going to be through those hours, and then we'll have a mostly quiet overnight. Mother's Day weekend, what does it look like for us here? Well, we could see some spotty showers on Saturday and maybe even an isolated storm on Sunday. I think this would favor the evening, but for the most part, I think we are going to be trending on the drier side for Mother's Day itself and Mother's Day weekend as a whole. That's good news for the moms. I would still have a safety plan in place just in case a storm were to develop in the afternoon, but I think the bulk of our rain chances really start to pop up on Monday into Tuesday. Right now, Tuesday being the wetter of the 2 days with around a 70% chance now for showers and storms. That means we are trending higher from our forecast from yesterday. If you recall, we were looking at around a 60% chance. In regard to our temperatures, they are going to stay in the mid to upper 80s each and every afternoon. We will trend stickier as we head throughout Mother's Day weekend and the beginning of next week. So you can lighten up on having to use the moisturizer, but I definitely would suggest extra hairspray because we are going to be dealing with more humid conditions, Naja.
All right, appreciate the advice. Thank you, Shane. Deputies say they were forced to shoot and kill an armed woman outside a restaurant in Deerfield Beach. One deputy was taken to the hospital. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner has the latest from the scene.
Yeah, there were people running and, going down that way, and yeah, it was just chaos.
Locals and vacationers described the scary scene on this busy Deerfield Beach street 9:30 Wednesday evening.
Shots went off and everyone inside was in panic.
Jason DeVries and his girlfriend were eating dinner when they heard the gunfire.
We just heard a bunch of shots and everybody kind of ran. Everybody went everywhere. So we went back by the shed and hid back there until cops showed up.
Once he saw deputies on scene, they came out from hiding.
They were doing CPR on the lady.
The Broward Sheriff's Office said they responded to reports of a woman with a gun inside of a restaurant. She left the business, but deputies said they came face to face with her in the parking lot and a shooting broke out.
This entire street was closed off, and I've seen there were so many police officers on the scene.
Lucas Rosa took this photo of deputies administering CPR to someone on the floor. BSO said the woman died and a deputy was taken to the hospital. Thursday morning, a tow truck took this car away from the scene, riddled with bullets.
The Broward Sheriff's Office released a video of a road rage incident, and they're looking for the driver. The victim told BSO that her daughter recorded this on her cell phone. You can see the man pointing a gun at them. This happened last month at Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport. The victim said that she was leaving the airport and trying to change lanes, and that's when this happened. BSO says the man put the gun down when he noticed he was being recorded and took off. If you recognize the person, call BSO. $30,000 worth of kitchen equipment stolen from Feeding South Florida has been found and returned. These are pictures sent to us after the equipment was returned to the organization. Pembroke Park police say 2 mobile kitchens and other equipment was found inside a white van in Opelika. Surveillance video shows 2 men opening a secure cargo trailer. They stole the items last month. Police say they have not yet made an arrest in the case. Investigators are working to determine what sparked a house fire in Miami Gardens. The fire killed a husband and wife. The couple's grieving family is desperate for answers. We have learned that 65-year-old Rhonda Spencer and her husband of 20 years, 59-year-old Timothy Forham, died. The couple's nephew lived with them. He escaped the flames. The couple's dogs were also killed in the fire. President Trump announced the first new trade deal since implementing sweeping tariffs. CBS News Miami's Erica Brown has more details from the White House.
President Trump says the new trade deal between the U.S. and the U.K. has been in the works for 25 years across multiple administrations.
It's been a deal that we thought, very complicated. It became very simple. It's opening up the country that we really didn't have the kind of access to that I would have thought. I was surprised.
The president's 10% baseline tariff remains in place, but the deal scales back the levies imposed on British cars, steel, and aluminum. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer joined the president on the phone for the announcement.
We've always had a fair and balanced arrangement between our countries. This builds on that, hugely important. For sectors like car manufacturing and for steel and aluminium and so many others.
In exchange for the partial tariff relief, the British are opening up their markets to more American goods, especially for agriculture such as beef and ethanol.
This is going to exponentially increase our beef exports, and to be very clear, American beef is the safest, the best quality, and the crown jewel of American agriculture for the world.
President Trump said this trade agreement is the first of many deals he expects to secure with trade partners looking to negotiate in light of his sweeping tariffs.
We are using tariffs now for our benefit.
Trade talks with China are expected to get underway this weekend.
We'd like to see China opened up so we can compete in China and, give people something that they've never had, access to something That'd be great for the world, it would be great for our businesses, and I think it would be great for friendship.
Trump said he will be open to lowering the tariff on Chinese imports if the talks go well, which currently stand at 145%. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
When we come back, behind the scenes of the big Elsbeth season finale. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. A star-studded lineup of guest stars return tonight for the Elsbeth Season 2 finale. Elsbeth finds herself in prison with some of the same high-profile criminals that she put away. Check out this behind-the-scenes look.
Welcome to the Elsbeth Season 2 finale musical extravaganza.
This episode finds Elsbeth in the slammer.
So, who did you kill?
Nobody. I was arrested for harassing a witness.
Like many things on Elsbeth, something that began as a joke, we actually pursued her. She ends up in a jail.
Oh, hello, Joe.
With people who hate her.
Alex Madarian?
Miss Tassione, I'm flattered you remember.
Because it is Elsbeth. There is a murder. She has to befriend these people that she put away to solve this murder.
What'd you expect?
It's such a fun episode.
I was reading the script and I was like, oh, there's a musical number.
We all get so excited with all of these amazing actresses. So it just made sense to put them in a cell block tango.
He had it coming, he had it coming, he had it coming, he had it coming. He only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same.
Musical theater hasn't happened on Elsbeth before.
The choreography is very particular.
They're actually real prison jumpsuits, bedazzled with lots of rhinestones to like really pop so that you know we're in a dream sequence.
There's so many amazing people here, one star after another.
Elsbeth has got lightning in a bottle. If you've never watched the show before, this would be a good episode for an introduction.
Something to look forward to then.
Looks great. Don't miss the star-studded finale of Elsbeth tonight at 10. That is followed by CBS News Miami at 11. That does it for your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami and have a great day.